Hi everyone, Andrea Vall here, and I have been knee deep or maybe chin deep. I don't know. I've been in deep in my social stats here the last few days. I've been really reviewing what's worked in 2017, where I'm going to put my energy and time into 2018 and what I'm going to focus on. And I've also been doing that for some clients as well. So that's been really fun. But I just wanted to share what I think the three biggest social media stats to focus on for you or any business should be, because I think sometimes we get caught up in likes and things like that. It looks exciting, follower growth, that can be kind of fun. It's a number that's right on the main page, and yes, that does provide some social proof, but that is definitely not the stat that I care most about. My major social media statistic that I care about is traffic to my website, because that's where all the action is. It's over on my website where people can subscribe to my newsletter. They can consume some of my content there and hopefully get to know me and get some help with things that they might be struggling with. So that's what I've been looking at over the last bit of time here. And I'm going to share a couple more stats with you, but I'm going to first share how to find that statistic on traffic from your social media sites. The big thing you should look at is make sure you have Google Analytics installed on your website, and that's very easy to do. It's free. When I talk to a lot of business owners, I find that a lot of them don't have that installed. It really literally takes just a minute to put that on to your site. It might take a little longer if you need to get a webmaster involved, but I will link to a post that can help there on getting that installed. And where you look is in the acquisition area. And so what I've been doing to review my stats and to kind of see where things are at for 2017 compared to where I've come from is I've looked at the acquisition area and looked at the social traffic, and then you can compare a period of time from this year compared to last year for the whole year. You can compare certain time frames. So I did find that my social traffic overall was down, and that was kind of interesting. But what happened was I had a huge spike in traffic due to someone sharing a post of mine that went a little bit viral. I wouldn't call it viral, but it did very well. And that happened in April. So it kind of skewed the numbers a little bit. And what I took a look at is some time periods and said, what did my social traffic look like from overall from the last quarter compared to the last quarter of last year? And there I found my Facebook traffic was up 60%. My Twitter traffic was down 30%, and my YouTube traffic was much higher as well, because I put a little bit more energy into YouTube at the end of this year. And what I've been doing is taking these Facebook Lives, downloading them, uploading them to YouTube, also adding some other videos there to YouTube because I wanted to increase my YouTube presence. So that's been working really well for me to have extra YouTube videos up there. I've been getting more traffic, so I'm going to continue to do that. I'm a little bit bummed out about the Twitter traffic because I've been doing kind of similar things that I did last year on Twitter, and it's decreased quite a bit. So I might just keep that steady, or maybe even decrease my effort over there a little bit because it's not working as well for me. So that's how I review my website traffic. The next biggest thing I care about is opt-ins to my newsletter, because yeah, the party's over on my website, but the true sales driver for me is my email list. So I have set up some Google goals to watch where my opt-ins come from to my email newsletter. So I can see where they come from, if they're coming from Facebook, if they're coming from Twitter, and primarily all my newsletter opt-ins come from Facebook. And that makes sense because that is where I'm focusing a lot of energy. I do a lot of Facebook advertising, so I've seen that has continued to perform well for me, and I will continue to focus on driving people to those opt-ins, doing things like webinars, putting out ebooks, things like that to increase my newsletter email list. The third thing that I think is important to watch for your social media stats is engagement, because you want to make sure people are still interacting with you on your social sites. And if you're there and no one's listening, or you're not getting any traffic, or not doing anything that is very social, then why not just focus on SEO or something like that, something different where you don't have to be social. So I like to look at engagement, and the way you do that is you can dive into your insights on Facebook and go over to your posts area and look at the engagement rate on each post, but you can also look at the engagement stats on your posts and compare that, do a benchmark comparison for different periods and see if that engagement has gone up or down, if the likes and clicks and shares on that has gone up or down. And that's a good thing to do. And then on Twitter, they've got an engagement rate in your analytics, in your Twitter analytics. And then there's, what else is there? For LinkedIn, there's engagement rate over on your company page, for example. And on YouTube, you can see all kinds of stats on YouTube. That has amazing stats there for engagement, depending on how you're measuring that. So that's kind of what I look at for engagement. So the three big stats for me are website clicks, website traffic from social, email opt-ins from social, and engagement rate on the different social channels. Are people connecting with you? So those are my top three stats that I look at, and I will post some links here so you can take a look at that. And then what you want to do is just make some decisions on where you're going to participate, what kind of effort you're going to put into all these social sites, because we do have limited time as business owners. So make sure you've got your Google Analytics in place. Take a look at your stats. And then some of the tools I really like to use to take a look at some of these are things like Agorapulse, socialreport.com, or Sprout Social. Those are some of my favorite tools to look at for some of these stats as well, where it pulls it all in and you can get some kind of cool reports there. So thanks everyone. I will talk to you again soon.